First, travelling to and from work or simply taking your family on a weekend outing can be a wild ride if you're catching public transport. Passenger meltdowns, violence, property damage and theft rule on our trains and buses. Now fed-up passengers are fighting back and they're shaming these public transport offenders in a very public way.
Public transport, it's like buying a ticket to the ugliest show around. So vile is some of the behaviour, passengers have reached their tipping point and are running a public shame campaign. It's online, a no-holds-barred Facebook page dedicated to exposing what public transport users see. This woman appears to be drunk and passengers ask her to get off the train at the next stop. Instead, she lashes out at the very men trying to maintain her dignity. Passengers on this bus ride are hit with a barrage of vile language by a woman, clearly looking for trouble. And she finds trouble. Another woman takes her on. It's a woman-on-woman fight that spills up the aisle as passengers take cover. And courtesy is clearly unfashionable for this young lady.
She couldn't move that to let someone sit down.
Even though repeatedly asked, she refuses to take her bags off the seat beside her to allow a pregnant woman to sit down. Clearly put out, she eventually gives up the spare seat with a protest. Tony Morton represents the Public Transport Users Association.
It's on the train system where the worst things are occurring.
Mobile phones are now mobile observers, keeping records and prompting convictions.
Film what's going on, get a record of it, go to the police with the record and tell them about it.
Superintendent John Henrickson stresses use mobile phones to call police first.
The frustration for us is that most incidents that have hit the media recently after being uploaded on YouTube haven't been reported to the police at all.
Victoria's public transport assault and robbery figures have dropped slightly but are still bad. 307 assaults and more than 1,000 robberies. All up, the total number of offences reported to police from drug use to homicide is almost 10,000. In New South Wales last year, there were more than 5,000 recorded offences, almost 1,700 assaults and close to 300 robberies. Buses are the main means of transport in Queensland. In the past 6 months alone, there has been already 266 bus drivers assaulted and 41 passengers hurt. Bus driver Richard Michael is always on the lookout for the worst, not from drivers, but from his passengers. Richard told us recently about the horror night on the route he'd ridden for 10 years.
I've had 14 broken windows. I've been smacked in the mouth twice. But that's just part of the job.
Two 17-year-olds took it to another level.
I've gone, where to, fellas? Next thing I know is bang, bang. I've been stabbed in the eye. The other guy grabbed me, Cassian, and they're bolted.
Queensland Transport Workers Union, Peter Biagini.
Only about 10% of all assaults are reported because drivers feel that what's the point of reporting it, nothing gets done.
We've seen girls attack a driver and then a gang of 30 teenagers surround a bus on the Gold Coast full of passengers. That was a star picket, thrown so hard at one passenger it smashes through the windows on both sides of the bus, putting everyone on board in danger. Bus driver Jerry Lutkins has retired from the madness, including being shot at.
A shot came through the window, right behind the seat, the driver's seat, missing 2 elderly ladies. And that's only one thing that happens there. It's just incident after incident.
Ideally, ring first, film second.
Claire Brady with